Hello! Alright, are we ready for day 6? Sweet! So I've got a really good session for you today. It's going to involve this little fella, the small ball. Really love this piece of equipment. Maybe my favourite piece, I don't know. But firstly, we're going to start off with some breath work. We're going to be doing some small breath holds, okay, in the breath work today. So just find a nice, gentle seat, relaxed seat, but you're sitting up nice and tall. Think about drawing the crown of the head upwards. Gently close your eyes, and you're just going to turn your attention towards your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through your nose. Shoulders really relaxed. Nice soft breathing. Okay, and then I want you to bring your one hand, your choice, up towards your nose. Take a normal inhale in, normal exhale out, and then as you finish that exhale, pinch your nose and count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, gentle inhale in, gentle exhale out. Inhale, and at the end of your next exhale, we're going to pinch again. Pinch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle inhale, gentle exhale, gentle inhale, and at the end of the exhale, pinch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, just release. Release the hand down back onto the legs. Just let your breathing return to normal. And gently blink your eyes back open. Okay, so now we've got our attention on our body, so we're in the best place that we can be to get started with our mobility. So we're going to start off with our neck like we always do. Today we're going to do some neck tilts, so sit up nice and tall, hand comes to the side of the head, and we're just very gently bringing the ear down towards the shoulder, back up to center, switch over. Really try and lift your chin up towards the sky. Just going to do one more each side. Really lift that chin up. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lifting the chin. Inhale back to center. We've got those sternum circles, so the pole comes down through our head. It comes out of our coccyx and the head is skewered on it. Push that sternum forward, round to the right, back, over to the left. Really try and keep your head as still as you can. That's the challenge. Pulling your sternum back to the side, pushing it forward. Try and make as big a circle around that kebab stick that your head is on as you can. Just do one in the opposite direction. One more. Okay, so we're going to come into shoulders. I just want you to clasp your hands, palms facing away from you. Hands are up overhead, and we are just pulling the elbows down. So you need to have your hands coming over towards the back of your head. Tuck your chin slightly. Think about what your shoulder blades are doing. Try and keep them tucked in as you just drive each elbow down towards the floor. Watch that the ribs haven't started to flare out. Beautiful. Okay, so hands come back forward. You're going to create a big circle with your thumb to thumb, fingertips to fingertips, and we're just going to do some infinity circles. So we're coming round in a big figure of 8. As you scoop the hand under, you're getting as deep as you can into that infinity circle. Keep your chin slightly tucked here. Think about that avocado pip. Slippery little sucker that you've got kept underneath your chin. Really scooping around. Doing these nice big infinity circles. Beautiful. And relax down. Okay. So you're going to have your feet out in front of you, hip distance apart. Arms are going to be out behind you, but with your fingers pointing in towards the body. And we're simply letting the elbows reach back and pushing ourselves back up. So the elbows reach back. Keep your head in the same neutral position all the way through. Try to get your elbows reaching directly back. Feel like you're squeezing them in towards the midline. Just pushing down, coming back up. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to come up into a tabletop, but a full one now. So you lift your hips up, you've got your hands in the same position, really ground through your heels, and you're going to lift up your left arm and come all the way over to the other side of your body. Shuffle your hands so it's directly underneath your shoulder if you have to. Come back down, bum comes down. So bring the hand in a little bit closer to your body, drive the hip up, hand comes up and over. Coming up, bum comes all the way down. Elbow bends, push up. And really it's like you're hugging yourself. And back down. And up. Drive the hips up. Keep them up as you roll around. Alright, we're swapping arms. So, swap over. Hand in quite close to the bum. And we are driving our hips straight up. Arm comes up. And we reach over the body as if we're trying to get that hand down to the opposite side. Come down. Straight back up. Push. Reach. Really drive through those heels. Keep those hips up. Drive. Reach. Back to center. Come back down. Feel the power. Up. Over. Up. Coming back down. Last one. Really drive those hips up. Hugging over. And coming back down. Okay, so you're going to come into all fours position. but on your forearms here. And we're going to be doing some windmills. So we're going to lift up our left arm, drive the elbow, hand reaches back, come back in center, swap sides. Really push up through this arm as you drive the elbow back and reach. Just keep flowing from side to side. Try to keep your pelvis and your hips as still as you can. So you raise up out of that scat, drive the elbow, reach back, coming back down, tighten through the T-zone. We can reach. Reaching up and around. Okay, that was your last one. We're going to come into some diagonal push-ups. So for a diagonal push-up, you have one hand that is outstretched further than the other one, and we're just coming down and push up, switch, down and up. So your elbows are coming like directly back towards the body, and we're just lowering the head down as the elbows bend. You don't have to jump the hands, you can walk them. Just gently lowering down, pushing back up, swapping back over. Really think about keeping the elbows hugged into midline. Alright, last one. You're coming all the way down onto your front. So we're going to do something called round the world. So your hands, palms up towards the sky, are on the back of your bottom of your spine. Ice cube underneath the belly. And then we inhale to lift up. Exhale as the arms start to come around. When they get to shoulder level, we flip the palms over, back to our head, drag the fingers back down. Inhale up. Exhale, reaching all the way forward, coming back down. Resting. Really lift the elbows up, pull the hands up, all the way around, big arm circles. So you don't have to drag down the side of the body if you don't want. Beautiful. So, a bit like yesterday, we're just going to do have the 90-degree angle in our leg, forehead down on our hands, and abs are lifted, and we're just lifting that heel up and down. And you really make sure you're drawing your shoulder blades down and back. Lift. Your other leg, you should have your knee straight down into the mat. And we're just lifting that heel straight up. Make sure that it's still coming up at 90 degrees. Beautiful. Let's just switch over to the other side. Do the other leg. 90-degree angle. Beautiful. Foot is flexed. Shoulders down and back, lifting that heel. Abs are lifted. Beautiful. Okay, so you can kind of roll yourself over so that you're on one side. We're just going to do a sleeper stretch. So for this one, you might want to have something underneath your head, like your small ball that we're going to use. So you're over on your side, you've got the underneath leg outstretched, top knee leaning over. This arm is out at, again, 90-degree angles. I've got my hand on the back of my wrist, and I'm gently pulling that hand in towards my hip. Gently coming back up, and then push a little bit further down. Inhale back up. Exhale a little bit further down. Hopefully that isn't squashed. Beautiful, stretching out through that shoulder, feels so good. Okay, so we're just going to switch over and do the other side. So, nice long line, and then you bring that front knee up and over, arm out, 90 degrees, and we are pulling down. Pulling these fingertips in towards our hips, applying a slight pressure on the back of our hand. We inhale to come up slightly, exhale. Get a bit further in. Really good one. We're inside your shoulder here. Good test of your shoulder mobility as well. How close you can get that hand to the ground. Okay, so the next move that we're coming into is an air straddle. So we've done straddles on the floor. This is our first air one. So just imprint your spine a second, bring your feet straight up in the air, and then open them out as wide as you can, but not without control. So if you feel like you flopped out, come up a little bit higher. Keep that imprint in your spine. Otherwise, you can come as wide as you can. We're just going to hold. You can use your hands to gently support your legs. And now point and flex through the toes. Keep going. Alright, and now bend the knees and bring them back in together. And we're coming up. We're going to do some hip swivels. Okay, so feet are out just a bit wider than hip distance apart. We're going to let both knees fall out to the left. And then as I turn my body so that it's over the top of my leg, I'm leaning forward. Bum reaches back, chest forward, come back up. Swivel to the other side. Swivel and lean. You can put your hands on the mat if you'd like. Keep your chin tucked. Sitting back up. Open this leg up wide first, and then we swivel over. Leaning forward, hands can come down, but keep that chin tuck. Okay, come back to center. And we're going to do some 90-90s now. So I have my right leg out at a 90 degree going behind, and my other leg coming out straight from the body in another 90 degree. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start to lean over that front leg, keep the chin tucked, and then use the hips, pull yourself back up and open through that back knee. Close the back knee back down, lean forward. Coming up and opening. Back down, forward, up, opening, down, forward, up, opening, down, forward. Keep the chin tucked, lengthen the crown. Okay, let's switch sides. So 90 degrees out at the front, 90 degrees out at the side. Beautiful. So arms crossed, we lean forward, chin tucked, come back up, open through that knee, knee comes back down, and we lean forward again. Keep holding that avocado pip. I'm guessing you do call it a pip. Avocado seed, avocado ball, whatever. You know what I mean. Leaning forward, opening up through that knee. Really pull it back as far as you can. Ribs to hips. Open up. Lean forward. Beautiful. Come back up. And we're going to come all the way onto our knees here. And so what we're going to do, lift up your knees. Lift, lift, lift. But your body stays straight. Then we come forward. You can put your hands on the mat. Curl the toes under. Push back into a mini squat. And then come back forwards. Flat on the tops of the feet. Leaning back. Hands come forward. Curl the toes under. Push back. Coming back again. Just doing ankle rollovers. If you're feeling strong in this one, then you do it without the hands. But as you come back up to curl onto here, you need to think about really raising up and as if you're tucking your knees back underneath your ribs. Beautiful. Okay. So keep one knee bent, other leg out straight, and we're going to stretch our chest down towards the shin, and then we're going to lunge forward, bring the hips down towards the mat. Okay, so pull the toes up, runner's stretch, bum to floor, deep lunge, runners, deep lunge, all the time keeping your shoulders down and back, chin is tucked. We're just rolling through the hip, driving the bum down, pull it back, lifting this foot up, rolling through. Rolling through. Okay, let's switch sides. So, nice long line. We're in that runner's stretch. So chest is reaching down towards the shin, chin tucked, and then we push the bum down towards the mat. Runner's stretch. Bum down. Runner's stretch. Shoulders are down and back. Chin is tucked. Just rolling through. Beautiful. I'm so excited to get into this Pilates workout today. So much fun using the small ball. Nice. Okay. So that was the last of our mobility moves. We're just very quickly going to do that ab pull in. So pull from the right just above your belly button. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it further, further, further. And now we rotate to the right. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Rotate to the left. Pull it in, back to center, release. Okay, so we're going to be doing our Pilates moves. Doesn't mean that we get to forget about any of the T-zone or anything like that, just because we're bringing this fun little ball in. But it does mean that what we can do is, actually, I just want to check something. Okay, awesome. It's time to get into our Pilates now. So we're going to start off talking about T-zone as always, but we can grab our small ball. Quite a few of these moves can be done with a pillow if you've also got a pillow. So you don't feel like you have to miss out because you haven't got a little ball. So let's come down onto the mat. We've got that ball in between our thighs. So feet are nice and grounded, chin tucked, shoulders down and back. Let's talk about the T-zone, okay? So we are thinking about pulling that pelvic floor up, almost as if you're stopping yourself going to the loo. Think hip bone drawing across the other hip bone. Flatten the whole thing down and relax. Get those fingers inside the hips, draw up, hip bone to hip bone. Flatten the whole thing down. Feel that contraction. Relax. Do it again. Bring it up. Hip bone to hip bone. Flatten it down. As long as you're feeling a slight contraction underneath those hip bones, then you are doing the right thing. It's not a huge move. We're not getting that booty involved. In fact, you can put your hands on your booty as you do it. So bring up, hip bone draws to hip bone. Flatten the whole thing down. No tension in the booty. Okay, so now let's create that diamond with our hands. We've got the heels of our hands on our hip bone, fingertips on the pubic bone. Find that neutral spine. So that means that our diamond will be completely flat to the mat beneath us. And let's play around. Now let's use the lower abs to draw down towards the mat, imprinting the spine. The tailbone hasn't lifted, but the fingertips have. Beautiful. So let's just do a couple of them. So going back to neutral, imprint. Back to neutral, imprint. Really make sure when you're going back to neutral that you're not flaring your ribs. So keep the ribs in and just let the pelvis tilt. That's all that's happening here. Beautiful. Let's take those hands onto the sides of our ribs. Keep squeezing that ball in between your thighs. Don't forget about it. So we are inhaling in through the nose and we're exhaling out of the mouth. So we inhale, expand the ribs into the hands. Exhale, close the ribs down towards the hips. Inhale, expand the ribs into the hands. Exhale, feel those ribs glide down towards your hips. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Then remember, we've got our shoulders down and back. So think about those shoulder blades drawing back. So it rolls your shoulders back and you're drawing down. And then chin tucked, as if you've got that avocado ball underneath your chin and you're holding it there, finding length in the crown of your head. All right, let's crack on, shall we? We're going to do some ab curls in tabletop. So this one's going to be working our abs. So let's imprint the spine and pull the legs up into that nice 90-degree angle with the knees directly above the hips. Fingertips behind the head, chin tucked, shoulders down and back. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, curl the head up first, head curls, and we're keeping the eyes on the ball, really reaching up, lift those shoulder blades up. Inhale, come back down. Imprint that spine. Tighten that T-zone. Exhale, curl. Inhale, come back down. Really use the ribs to hips to pull you up higher. Inhale, come back down. Tighten the T-zone. Just do a quick body scan. Is my spine still imprinted? Chin still tucked. Knees still over the hips. And then go again. Inhale. Come back down. What's happened with the spine? Keep it imprinted. Keep squeezing that ball. And exhale, coming up, squeezing, Okay, you're going to stay up here on this one, and we're going to start to do some oblique curls. So you keep those elbows wide, and we start to push our shoulder blades through our body to the opposite hip. Elbow staying wide, just the shoulder blade pushing through. Eyes are just coming just past your thighs. We keep that imprinted spine. You can rest down in between. This one's getting tough, and just do a quick reset, or bring the feet all the way down onto the mat, but keep squeezing that ball. Come up and across. Inhale to center, exhale straight over to the other side. Inhale center, exhale straight over. If you can, imprint that spine and bring those legs up into tabletop. And we are coming across. Inhale center, exhale across. Whose abs are already burning? This one is going to be a tough sesh for the old abs, but such a good one. Such a good one. You're going to feel super satisfied at the end. Going from side to side, elbows wide, chin tucked. Okay, resting back down. Grab that ball, and we're going to keep our legs raised up in tabletop. So imprinted spine, legs hip distance apart. Use my right hand to push the ball onto my right thigh. Inhale T-zone. Exhale, I'm going to start to extend the left leg away. Inhale, bring it back in. Pushing this ball into the thigh. Imprinting that spine. Extending and coming back in. Extend, exhale. Inhale, come back in. Keep that chin tucked, keep that spine imprinted. Inhale, back in. Keep pushing your hand into the ball. You can also have your legs down on the mat here for this one. So raising the leg up, come back into tabletop, raising the leg up, and you can even add in a little pulse. Little pulses here. Otherwise, if you want it to be more intense, you imprint that spine, you're up in tabletop, and you're extending one leg, but without arching the back. Extending it up. Inhale back in. Extend up. Find length in the leg. Okay, feet come back down. Coming to a quick neutral spine for a second. Swapping over. So, imprint or stay down, depending on which level that you want. And we're either, so if you have got your feet on the floor, then we inhale T-zone, exhale, lift the leg up and extend out. So we're doing left foot with an extension, and then we're just coming back into that tabletop and extending out, really pushing the ball into the thigh. Otherwise, imprint your spine, up in tabletop. Got my hand pushing that ball against my thigh, shoulders down and back, chin tucked, and I'm extending through that leg. Bring it back in, nice and controlled. Extend. Bring it back in. Keep that imprinted spine. Inhale T-zone, exhale rib to hips. So every time that leg is extending, I'm really flattening through my stomach. Gliding my ribs down to my hips. Inhale T-zone and imprint. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Okay, so feet are going to be down on the mat this time. You're going to have the ball against your head and your fingertips behind your head as well. So T-zone tight. As you exhale this time, you curl up, and then the ball reaches down towards your right ankle. It comes back up. As it touches your head, you're doing left elbow to right knee. So we're doing an ankle tap, elbow knee, ankle tap, elbow knee. Stay in that sustained curl position. Really think about your shoulder blades keeping lifted up off the floor, scooping through those abs, T-zone really tight. Exhaling as you do every reaching movement here to help you get higher up into that curl. Keep going, side to side, nice and controlled. Slow it down, especially as you get tired. You can always rest back down for a second, do a quick body scan reset, and then come back up. We're just going to switch sides now. So switching that ball into the other side, fingertips behind the head. Okay, so chin tucked, shoulders down and back. We have a neutral spine here. T-zone is tight. As we exhale, curling up, I'm reaching that ball down to the ankle, touches the head, right elbow, left knee. Touching down, right elbow, left knee. Touching down. Remember, you can do a couple and rest down, or you really use your rib to hip connection to keep you pulled up in a nice sustained curl. No strain through the neck. You're using your abs to keep you up here. Use that rib to hip with every exhale. 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 And that means you're flattening the ribs down to the hips every time you make that move. Keep going here. Last one. Beautiful. How good is that? Straighten out those legs. Okay, so neutral spine. And we're going to start with the ball just up over our head. Chin tucked, shoulders down and back, feet hip distance apart. T-zone tight with an inhale. As we exhale, curl the head up first. And then reach that ball forward and curl all the rest of your body up. Reaching forward, touch the toes with that ball. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, tuck the tailbone towards the belly button. Dig your heels in, dig your heels in, dig your heels in. Ball is going to come all the way overhead, still with that exhale. Keeping the shoulder blades down. Inhale, the ball comes back up ahead of you. Exhale, you curl the body up first, eyes looking past the toes, and then you use your abs to help you reach all the way forwards. Inhale, back up to neutral. Exhale, tuck that tailbone again. Really digging in with your heels. Exhaling, still reaching over the head. Keep those shoulder blades down and back. No arching in the back. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, this is your last one. All the way up. Beautiful. So sitting up. Nice and tall. With your feet flexed. Arms out in front of us. And we're just going to tuck the tailbone towards the belly button, half roll back. So just get to your biting point. And then I'm going to bring the ball out with my right arm. It comes back to center. I bring it out with my left arm, only to just past 45 degrees, really, because you really want to maintain that scoop. Really scooping. Feel those abs working here. Arms hugged back into the sockets. Just coming from side to side. Keep your eye gaze neutral, just past the toes. Scooping through those abs, don't let them go. Exhale as you open. Inhale to come back in. Inhale back in. Exhale. Hug those arms back into the shoulder sockets. This one is a real burner. It'll catch up with you. Beautiful. Last one, back to center. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice work. Beautiful job. Okay, so we're coming into a side plank, and you can choose your weapon here. So you are either with your knees together and ankles together, and you'd be pushing up into your side plank here. So you still want to make sure your feet are in line with everything here. Or you can have the top leg outstretched as well. Either one that you choose, you want to have your elbow underneath your shoulder. We are really squeezing underneath the armpit, and we stretch that ball out long. And then with an exhale, we are crunching in, tapping the ankle with the ball. Out and in. Exhale out, ribs to hips. Inhale, in, out, in, out. Tuck the chin and fixate your eyes on a certain spot. Really driving that knee in and out. So you can be down here. You can still be doing this from this position. Driving. Or you squeeze underneath that armpit. Lifting. Beautiful. Coming back into seated. We've got our feet grounded on the floor. In front of us, we're going to do some Russian twists. Russian twists. So, got the ball in front of us, both hands on the ball. T-zone is tight. Slightly tucking your tailbone up, and we are turning from side to side. Make sure you get the full rotation within your rib cage. That's what you want to think about. Side to side. Rib cage is what is rolling round. Try and keep your knees absolutely still. No tension in the neck. Shoulders are down and back. It's just your rib cage. Rib cage is really rolling. Side to side. Shoulders relaxed. Knees still. T-zone tight. Scoop through the abs. No tension in the shoulders. I'm going to keep reminding you, because it's going to want to start to creep upwards. Keep going. Start stretching that ball a little bit further away as you come over to the side. Tap it down further away. Rotate through that rib. Keep going. Last one. Okay, let's come over onto the other side for our side plank crunch and reach. So remember, you are either here and you are extended, crunch, extended, crunch, or we squeeze underneath this armpit. We push ourselves up, extend through the arm and the leg. Keep both your shoulders and your pelvis square to the wall in front of you. And ankle tap, reach, ankle tap, reach. Find a point. Once you've got a nice gentle chin tuck, wherever your eyes would naturally sit, what they want to look at, just fixate on that point. Squeeze underneath that shoulder. Find length. If you want nice, long, lean muscles, you've got to act like a long, lean muscle. You've got to stretch yourself out. Stretch. Squeezing underneath that armpit. Tapping the ankle. Squeeze. Pushing. Squeezing. Stretching. Squeezing. Stretching. squeezing. Keep going. You are killing it. We're almost there. We've only got one move after this. Beautiful. And come all the way down. And we have got a really fun move to finish on. And we might find that the ball goes everywhere with this one. It's just a bit of fun, okay? So you want to come all the way down. And you could choose your level here. So imprint the spine, but you're either going to throw the ball and catch in between your knees and then bring it in, take it out. Or you've got your legs out extended, whoop, and you're trying to catch it between your feet. So I'll try that one again. Uh-oh, it's off. It's gone. You get the picture, don't you? So you're aiming. Sorry, I'm just all the way down in the garden now. So you're obviously aiming for a bit more control than that. So let's go back to the catching between the knees, shall we? Whoop. My ball's wet now from the grass. It's even slipperier. So we're just throwing it up, squeezing our legs to catch. Keep that spine imprinted. I think we'll stick to this one, hey? If you're feeling really good at it, go back to trying to catch between, there you go, catching between your feet. And then you frog your legs down to bring it back in. Okay. All right. So if I hadn't gone on a garden mission, that would have been a bit longer. But hopefully you had fun with that one anyway. Okay, we are coming into some nice deep stretches. That's your Pilates section over. Well done. That was a toughie today. So, 90-90, kneeling position here. Got one hand on the back, one hand on our pubic bone, and I'm pushing the back hand towards the front, which curls my tailbone up. Make sure you've got your hips square, and we're just tucking, and then you very slightly lean. Very slightly lean. Every exhale, you very gently, really tucking that tailbone, pull it up again. Don't be afraid to get in there and give it a good pull up. Pushing. Keeping that pelvis square. Beautiful. Okay, we're just going to swap legs here. So nice 90-90. Hands, pushing the back hand towards the front, really lifting that tailbone. Pull it all the way up. And you want to make sure that you've got your pelvis square. And we're just really tucking. And then you can very slightly start to lean. Every exhale, keeping your ribs in. Okay. And push back up. Going to come into what's called a mermaid. So you've got both feet are facing out towards the right, and then I've got my knee tucking into the arch of that left foot, sorry. My right hand reaches across for the left knee. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and I'm going to take my hands also in the direction that my feet are pointing. Keep the ribs in here, no flaring. Every exhale, reach a little bit further with the fingers. Okay, let's switch sides. So, across, sit up nice and tall, and lean. Keep those ribs in. What a good session, hey? How much fun is the magic ball? The magic ball? The mini ball. Losing the plot. Awesome. And just to finish off here, you're going to come onto your knees, and then you're reaching, you've got one hand on your ankle, and if this is where you get to and you're comfortable, just driving the hips forward, just stay there. Otherwise, bring your other hand back, and then drive the hips up, really open out through the collarbone, head drops down. Drive, drive, drive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly curl the head back in first. Let the bum start to come down. Chest reaches forward. Beautiful work today. And that's our 6th session done and dusted. I'm not even sure what I've got in store for you for the next move, but I do know that it is going to be, what are we going to be doing? We might be back to glutes, actually. Maybe glutes with a small ball. How do we feel about that? All right, so tune in for the next episode to find out what we're going to be doing. Really hope that you enjoyed that one. Please hit like if you did. Please subscribe if you haven't already, so that I know that you're enjoying the content, and then I'll just keep pounding out more and more workouts for you because I love doing it. As long as you're loving it, I am more than happy to do it. All right, have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys. Cheers.